Hi loves, welcome to my YouTube channel Laugh with Kim Z. I am super happy to be here today because today I bring you, darling, a 2.5 liter scones recipe, and this is the most sold package from my side because you know what, it is very easy to buy and it is the smallest pack to buy. So a lot of people that are bachelors, or people that just leave, maybe students and stuff, they like to buy this because you know what, it's like 12 to 15 pieces all together and it is just very easy to also carry and stuff. So these are some of the ingredients that we're going to be using today. Definitely your baking powder and your desiccated coconut being your main ingredients today, right? So you want to measure 4 cups of flour. Remember that you always have to measure and make sure that they are flat, and you sift your flour before you start baking, right? Because it is very important that you filter out all the dirty that is probably in there. And also you're going to use 4 teaspoons of your baking powder, right? And always make sure that it's also flat. If you're measuring, you make sure that it's just flat. And then I'm also using a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and I'm also adding milk flavor, right? I am adding this milk flavor. So if you want to buy this milk flavor, let me know in the comment section and I'll let you know where to buy it from, right? And also I am using 2 tablespoons of desiccated coconut and a 1/4 teaspoon of Himalaya salt. So I am definitely sifting all my dry ingredients together. Now I'm grating my butter, right? This butter is not really like extremely cold, but it was in the fridge, so it's just always better to just grate it and make sure that it's just easy for me to just break it down inside my flour like this. And then until my flour looks like breadcrumbs, then I know that it is ready to go, right? So now you want to put that on the side and then start with your wet ingredients. Your wet ingredients today is just 2 eggs and 1 cup of milk and just a little bit of vanilla essence, right? Remember, with your vanilla essence, it depends on whether is it concentrated or not, right? Then you want to come and mix your eggs and your vanilla essence and your milk together like this. Then after that, you beat it together, and now it is time to just put the 2 ingredients together. So pretty much scones are always 2 ingredients, right? So your wet ingredients and your dry ingredients. So if you're making scones, you always have to make sure that you mix your wet ingredients thoroughly before you mix the 2 together, and then also mix your dry ingredients before you mix the 2 together, right? So after that, you just want to come and mix the 2 together, your wet ingredients and your dry ingredients. So always make sure that you do not over mix, because the whole essence of having scones is just that texture of scones. They're supposed to be just flaky and fluffy and a bit soft, right? So if you're going to overmix them, you're going to get a bread texture kind of scones, and that's not scones. That just disputes the whole purpose of having scones, because now if you want to have bread, you might as well just make bread or just go buy bread. So if you want to make scones, always make sure that you do not overmix. You can mix with a fork, or you can even rather you mix with your hand, but make sure that you do not overmix. And always make sure that you clean the surface where you are working, because if you are baking, always make sure that you are baking in a very clean environment, because you don't want to bake in a dirty environment. At the end of the day, maybe find some hair strands inside your scones, or find something that is really disgusting. You don't want your customers to feel that way. So if you're baking for your house or for your family, just for family to be eating, or you're baking for business, it does not really matter. Always make sure that you bake in a clean environment. And I would like to welcome you to my YouTube channel, guys. If it's your first time here on this channel, I would like to welcome you and let you know that my name is Zinhle Kim Dube, right? And I am a passionate baker and I'm a passionate foodie, right? I'm really like a true food enthusiast. I love cooking, I love baking, I love life. So anything that has to do with food, trust me, you are going to find it in this channel. So please make sure that you hit that subscribe button before we just really get into the nitty-gritty of this video. So now you want to come and roll your scones, or there's a one comment that I've seen on my scones recipe, one of my scones recipe, and that someone was saying, why are you rolling scones? And I'm like, if I don't roll scones, then how am I going to get that even size? Like, how am I going to get them to be the same size? Because I don't want to have fluffy scones and then some of them are bigger than the others. Like, I want to roll my scones so that I make sure that they are flat and I'm going to have the same size of scones, right? Because I am selling these, so I don't want to give my customers, other ones will be fat, other ones will be slim. Nah, baby, I want all of my scones to just be the same size, right? So now you want to come and cut. You can use any cutter of your choice. Like, if you watch my scones, sometimes I use a cup like a teacup to cut it, and sometimes I use another square a cookie cutter, and sometimes I use this round one. So now you want to come and grease your baking pan. The reason why I'm greasing my baking pan with butter today is because I ran out of my baking spray and I am going to get it ASAP, right? So, and also you can use a baking paper, especially if you don't have a baking spray. You can use a baking paper also and just place your scones. Make sure that you always give them 2 inches apart. Just give them 2 inches. Put them 2 inches apart so that your scones can raise, because definitely they're going to raise, and they can also breathe and really like just have a beautiful shape. Because once they are now they stick together now, I feel like it just really like doesn't make them really look aesthetic, right? So you want to put them like this, place them like this, and always remember to preheat your oven before you start baking, so that by the time you put in your scones, they'll just be ready in no time, right? So now this is what it looks like. And then definitely give them an egg wash. An egg wash is just really like an egg, but if you also have a heavy cream, or if you have cream, you can just add your egg and a little bit of cream to just achieve that glossy look on your scones. But even if you don't have cream or anything, you can just really like use an egg wash. They just work, it works best for the scones recipe, right? So you can just, guys, honestly, anyone can really do this. Like I always say, if you've never baked before and you want to really like start this baking business, it is so easy. Just follow my videos step by step. If you want 2.5 liter scones, here it is. Today you are watching it. If you want 5 liter scones, I have it. If you want 10 liter scones, I have it. If you want 20 liter scones recipe, I have all scones recipe on my channel, and I have cookie recipes on my channel. I have queen cake recipes on my channel. I have so much more that you can really watch from and start your business and start getting your money. Because you know what, the reason why I started baking is because I'm a staying mom, right? Like I have 2 toddlers and I take them to school every day, and I feel like they really like take most of my time. But at the same time, I've always told my husband that, you know what, I love business and I've always loved cooking. So I started now my baking business, and I do it strictly online, and I bake from home and I sell. And guess what, I am always so busy, almost like every day of my life I bake and I sell. Like I'm always getting orders back to back. Sometimes I can get orders up to 10 orders in a day, and that is so amazing. So you can also do it. Also definitely do it. Just even if you've never baked before, like I'm saying, just follow my recipes step by step. Or you can reach me on Instagram. My name on Instagram is also still Life with Kimzy. Hit my inbox, I will guide you, baby. So this is it about today, and I hope you really learned this video, you really like this video and learn something from it. And if you want to start this business, just believe in yourself. You can absolutely do it. You don't have to be a professional baker to be baking scones and be baking so many things. Thank God for something like YouTube now, because this platform allows everyone to really like be on top of the game, because you can practice as many times as you can, right? So for those that might have questions, or those that might want to interact with me, and maybe want to ask me something, hit me on my Instagram, Life with Kimzy. And also let me know where you're watching this from, and let me know if you've ever bought scones and how much would you sell this for. Thank you. Bye. See you.